Hey guys, what is up? It is voiceover Agnes. So you're about to witness my kick-ass morning routine. I don't do this every day, but the mornings where I'm really trying hard, this is what I do. So we have started in bed with me reading a book and drinking as much water as I possibly can. So I feel like the water trick is something that everybody should be aware of. Consuming a lot of water first thing in the morning is one of the best ways to wake yourself up and give yourself a really natural energy boost. I sleep with my Stanley cup next to my bed so that in the morning I've got like cool, fresh tasting water first thing. And I basically try and consume a whole liter in the first hour of the day, like before I touch any caffeine. Here you'll also notice that I'm reading my book. I try and keep screen time to a minimum. Again, this is like my ideal morning, so I don't manage this every single day, but when I'm really, really trying, I will pick up a book rather than be on my phone. So I'll be real with you. I thought when I was filming this that maybe this would look quite cute. I'm like half in the dark in my bed reading my book. I thought it would look cute. I thought. And then I watched it back and I was absolutely horrified by how unattractive I look. You're also about to see me do a whole workout, and I was also horrified about how I looked during the workout as well. For a little while, I thought I might scrap all of the stuff I'd filmed and start again and try and either find a way for me to do it and look more attractive or to just not do it at all. And then I realized that would just be one of the most toxic things I could do to myself. I have a body. My body looks like a body. I'm not trying to pretend to be anything that I'm not. So it felt pretty important to just share this stuff anyway, even though I'm pretty uncomfortable with how I look in this video. You may also be thinking that I'm like unnecessarily really hard on myself and my appearance. But guys, try and stare at yourself on a screen saying dumb stuff for days and days at a time. It will not leave you feeling great. So this is just where I am right now. And I would rather be honest about that than either hide my body away or like pretend that I'm fine with stuff that I'm not fine with, because this is all to do with my mental health. So here we are, just being very frank with you in this video in particular. So I also decided that I was going to show you from me being awake, because I'm not going to insult your intelligence and set up a camera and then pretend to be waking up for the first thing in the morning. I think that's so dumb. I wasn't going to do that to you. It seems rude, honestly. Hey guys, it's morning, Agnes. Not a stitch of makeup, puffy eyes. You are welcome. So I woke up at 7 a.m. You guys have heard about my first bit of my morning routine. And now I'm about to do a little workout. So my morning routine just now is like pretty cute. But it is also entirely necessary so that I don't fall into a deep pit of despair whilst being in Denmark. So I really feel like doing what I've been doing in the morning has acted as a form of antidepressant. I think I'd be in a much worse state if I hadn't been doing this. So I'm about to do my band workout, not like a super long one. I'm going to do my medium version, which, yeah, you'll get to see. You're going to get to see me throwing myself around the living room. Before I do my band workout, this is what I have to do to my hair, because I get really sweaty and I would like to maintain my fringe today. So I am going to, I'm going to roller my fringe. I'm going to roller my fringe. The top part goes back and the front part goes forward, and then I clip it so it stays off my face. And I'm going to put the rest of my hair back so that it's not on my face. Because if you guys didn't know about curly hair, you really don't want to wash it that much, and it's really annoying getting super sweaty in a workout. So let's do this.
So I want to tell you a little bit about my bands. So I was really fortunate before I left home to meet a really, really nice PT. So I'm also very fortunate to go to a gym which is like super body positive, and I wanted to come to Denmark with a specific workout that I could do from home that was tailored to me. Because I knew that if I came here and didn't do any form of intensive exercise, then my mental health would be dog shit. So I contacted a PT at my gym and we met up only like a few times, and he developed he put together a gym routine for me, but then with band alternatives to all of the exercises. So it means that I can do like a pretty decent workout in the comfort of my own home. So I've got 3 different types of bands, which you will see me using. He gave me this one. I don't actually know if this is broken or if for some reason people would pull them in half, but I use this for something, and I use this band for something as well. And it mimics pretty well like what you're using in the gym. So that's what I am about to do. And I'm about to put on some music and I'm about to dance quite a lot. The whole thing. I'll explain it while I'm doing it. Okay.
So over the years, I have had some troubles in my relationship with exercise. And I feel like one of the most important things I've learned is the importance of keeping it fun for yourself. So like finding a gym that feels positive, finding a class that feels enjoyable, even finding like a team sport that you enjoy. Like fun, I think should absolutely be the focus, because if it's not fun and it feels like a slog, it's not going to become a habit. It's going to be very, very easy to let go of. So that's one of the reasons why I like to put on fun lights. I dance, I sing, I listen to pretty offensive gangster rap when I work out. It's pretty embarrassing, but thankfully here nobody knows what I'm listening to, so I can't help it. It just gets me going, okay? So here I am throwing myself around the living room. I look like a pig in a condom. But who cares? I'm in the privacy of my own home, right? With my hair rollers in. I mean, I'm joking. That point is entirely redundant. I've literally put this on the internet. So anyway, back to the exercise at hand. I know that most people probably wouldn't have the time to do this like first thing in the morning if you're heading out to work or something. But I think the dancing part honestly should not be overlooked. So even if you don't have time to do a whole workout, like putting on some music first thing in the morning, something upbeat that you can have a little dance to while you're making coffee. Oh, we've changed views. Oh, and I'm just tidying up a little bit after I've started filming. That's smart, Agnes. Good job. Well done, you. And no, I'm not going to cut this out because we all know what happens when I cut out large parts of my footage, okay? I'm not good enough at the editing process yet. It's jumpy. It's unpleasant. Okay, back to exercising. Just do a dance in the morning, all right? It'll make you feel more awake.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm so sweaty. I think you could probably tell. Yeah, that was intense. It's a pretty short one because I've forgotten exercise. Okay, we got one more. I've got I would have noticed before I finished anyway, because I've got it's like a PT app where I program in the workout that I've done. And to be honest, when I first heard about that, I didn't really love the sound of it, but it's quite good. No, in fact, it's really good accountability because I know that Mark, my PT, knows if I haven't done anything in like days and days and days. He'll know and I'll know. So I've got to do it for Mark, really. No, to be fair, Mark is a lovely guy. And our main focus so far has all been around how this type of exercise is so important for your mental health. So he doesn't subscribe to like, especially like calorie counting or trying to lose weight or like problem areas of your body. Gross. He's like, we're here to have a good time, and mental health wise, this is really important. So it's awesome from that point of view. I'll be accountable to a man like that. My mental health daddy. Okay, I need that band and I need to be lying on this floor. It's not a difficult one, but God, I really, really thought I was finished. Guys, I'm done. I'm gonna go shower and get dressed for the day. I've not yet thought of a classy way that I can film that yet, so you're staying here. Okay guys, it's time to make some coffee. As a mental health professional, I would not recommend this very dangerous activity if you have anxiety. Obviously, you can still make coffee. I just wouldn't drink it. So if you're feeling anxious or if you have a penchant for anxiety, don't drink the coffee. Now, this might sound kind of hypocritical because I'm quite an anxious person, yet I still drink coffee. Listen, I know it's a problem, okay? It is a problem that at points in my life I have addressed. I guess the way I justify it to myself is that I know what I'm doing. Kind of. And I never drink any caffeine. I don't consume any caffeine beyond like 2 p.m. Maybe in like the odd amount of chocolate, like the odd bit of chocolate here and there, but typically don't consume any caffeine beyond 2 p.m. because I am not going to trifle. My sleep is not to be trifled with. Yeah, I'm about to make some coffee and I'm about to tidy up. Another thing that I feel very, very strongly about is keeping your space clean and tidy. I know it's easier said than done, and some of the things I've done this morning, like they're literally just not possible for everyone. But having your space feel nice, I think is huge, huge, especially if you know you're going to be spending quite a bit of time in it today, that day, any day. Especially if you know that you're going to be spending quite a bit of time in it. I think having your space orderly and feeling cute and cozy, if you can manage, makes a big difference. Okay, coffee. I would say that breakfast is also a pretty important part of a morning routine. I have a bit of an, I don't know, on again, off again relationship with breakfast. It's not like a love-hate relationship. That's too extreme. Just some days I feel like it, other days I don't, and I kind of listen to that. Which, I'm not sure that's the best advice, but I'm not a dietitian, so. Either way, not either way. I'm not doing breakfast just now. I probably will. I'll probably have breakfast like a little bit later. So guys, my next and final thing I'm going to be doing before 9 a.m. is joining a little informal meditation group that I'm part of. So I've been practicing mindfulness since I was 16, since I was 15. And I've had different ways of practicing mindfulness over the years. Like I taught for quite a long time. I was teaching courses, and I haven't done that since 2020. But I've been involved with organizations over the years that I've done mindfulness with, and I've had long periods of having my own mindfulness practice. So there's certainly like lots of different ways that you can do this, but the way that I'm practicing mindfulness just now, I mean, I do it informally every single day, probably every hour of every single day. That's a whole other thing to go into. But the group that I'm part of, or the way that I'm doing my formal mindfulness practice, is it's a small group that includes my mum, shout out, and some of her friends who started a small sangha. And I think maybe they were all having troubles. Well, I mean, I feel like one of the biggest issues with mindfulness is doing it every day. And by forming this group, they were really able to have kind of accountability with each other. Man, this morning's all about accountability, isn't it? It just takes a lot of hard work to look after yourself. Like it really does. So I joined this group maybe like February time. And basically every day a poll goes up in a WhatsApp chat, and we fill in the poll and say what time we want to be there the next morning, because like some people are going out to work, so they don't want it to be really early. Other people don't work, but they maybe leave for something really early in the morning, so they prefer it a little bit later. So we take a poll, and then the next day we meet either in 1, 2, or sometimes like 3 groups, like 3 separate groups, depending on when people wanted to do it. And we've got, we meet over Zoom and just sit quietly for 15 minutes. A lot of people will use guided meditations like at their end, but we like mute ourselves, and then we're essentially just sitting with each other. I was going to say watching each other meditate. We're not. Everyone's eyes are closed. But we sit with each other, and it is really nice. It's really nice. I would certainly find it much harder to do 15 minutes a day if it wasn't for that group. And we tend to have a little bit of a chat in the morning as well. If you're there early enough, if you arrive after the time that it would have started, then generally you'll come on and everybody's just silent and meditating, and then you just join them. So it's perfect. Like if you're in a rush and you join at 8 a.m. and nobody else is there, you just start and people will join you silently. And then, people tend to do some well-wishing at the end. It's really cute. Not well-wishing in a weird way, just have a good day. But it's nice. It's nice. I think especially at a time in my life where when Andreas is at work, I go quite a lot. I go every day without seeing anyone that's not him. Strangers in the supermarket. But they really don't count. So yeah, apart from like video calls and stuff, it's really just nice to have this extra bit of chat in the morning. People that care about me. It's cute. Okay, guys, well, that's what you're about to see. Me meditating. I tend to have a cup of coffee and like mindfully drink a cup of coffee, which I feel like is maybe a little bit of an unusual way to meditate. But I think when you're I think when you've done meditation for quite a long time, you've probably found some weird and wacky ways that really, really suit you, and they've just become part of your regular practice. Okay. See you on the other side. Peace. I don't want to have said that. So guys, that was my morning routine. My cutesy little cozy routine. It's actually taken a hell of a lot longer than it normally would. But I've been moving my camera around places and trying to come up with lighting that isn't just atrocious. So it's a little later that I'm finishing this all up than I would normally. But I feel like with activities like this, what I have to remind myself of constantly, and I think it's pretty easy to forget, is that even though I had a morning where I like did lots of things that were really, really good for my mental health. I mean, I say lots: water consumption, exercise, mindfulness, tidying up. I did a bit of pampering because I had a nice shower and stuff. I did quite a lot. I would not expect that to make me feel a huge amount better, honestly. I think that you can do all of the right things and then have a day where you still feel like absolute shit. And I think it's important to be really realistic with yourself. But the way I like to think about it is that if I hadn't done that, I think the rest of the day would have felt worse. So I think I've still done myself a huge favor by doing all of these activities, but it's not like it's gonna make everything suddenly seem okay if in general they're not okay. I also realized I said earlier on about this routine being my antidepressant, and for me that is true because I'm not in a place just now where I actually need kind of chemical assistance with my mood. But some people could do this every single morning and they absolutely still need to take an antidepressant. So I don't want you guys to think that I'm shitting on the medication and being like, do you know what? You should just do a band workout and then you won't need your medication, because it's not true. The conversation is a lot more nuanced than that. And I'm going to get to it at some point because I do think it's a really, really interesting topic. Well, cool. Yeah, that was it. That's all from me. Thank you so much for watching to the end of this because it was hectic. Yeah, thank you so much for watching to the end of this. Please like, comment, subscribe if you aren't subscribed. I don't want to go back to work as a nurse and it'd be really, really bad for me. So I kind of have to make something happen here on Yaochaob. So if you could please help me with that, that would be awesome. Bye.